Okay, so let me verify something. Okay, order of operations from highest to lowest is not, then, and, then, or. Okay, so maybe we should validate that, right, just to see if that's the case, and then we'll use a real world test case. So let me, I guess we don't need a function, right? We can just say test case order of precedence. Okay, so we can say require, oops, control space, require, so not, I think with this guy, we need parentheses, so not with the not, but for the expression, because the test case will error out. So not true, and so not true is false, right? So and true, or false equals. Okay, so not true. So not true is false. Okay. And true is still false, or false. Maybe we need to make one of these. We'll do both, right? We'll start with true. So, okay, so not true, false. False and true, false. Or true, true. Right, so we're going not and or order of operations. So let's see, and then we'll like rearrange them and see if that's still the case. Okay, we'll just do two of them. Okay, so then this was true if I did it right. So let's see, well, we can verify our code with this piece, a test case. So we'll go here, run in terminal. Okay, so it passed. So now maybe let's do another one, but rearrange the symbols, right? So require, we'll use the same logic. Okay, so we need the parentheses. So we'll say true or true, not true. Let me see. True or true, not true. Maybe here I need and, right? And right there. Okay. So what should this yield us? So let's see. Not true. This one is supposed to be executed first according to order of precedence, right? So not true, false, and true, false, or true, true. Okay. So let's see if it still holds. So I go through this because I don't want students to like be guessing, like, or I'll just run the program, and once I get the results I want, then I know it's working, right? But if we understand how this works, then we don't have to guess. obviously here we have true, right? We only have true false. But if you're building expressions, you can still like be okay. This and that expression should yield something, and you'll deduce to true or false, and then you can like in your brain like find the solution. And once you find the solution, then you verify it with code, right? So questions here with the order of precedence? Everything is understandable? Okay, so let's jump to the next example. So we will write some code for this one, right? Not just use those true-false expressions. Yep, and not and or, right? So that's, you can always use parentheses to do parentheses first if you needed to do that, but if you don't, then the order of precedence is not and finally or, right? Okay, so let's see here. I'm pretty sure you all did this one in programming 1, but it's still like good just to introduce the expression piece. So we'll say like is even, right? So we can determine if some integer is the even. So we can be like, oh, okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Simple enough. So we go here, and we know about the modulus operator, and that operator returns the remainder. So we can say, okay, so auto remainder equals num mod 2. Okay, so some number divided by 2. And if we're trying to determine if it's even, then if the remainder is 0, then we know that it's even. So we can say return remainder equals 0. So here we build our Boolean expression right here. Like whatever remainder we get, we compare it to 0. If it's 0, then it'll return true. It's even. If the remainder is not 0, then we know that it's not even, right? So let's go ahead and write the test case for this piece. So we go test case verify the is even function. And apologize if you feel this is too easy for you, right? This is a beginner class, so I want to make sure the students understand like basics, because if you have a good solid fundamentals, then you can build on that very easily. Okay, so we have is even, and we'll start with a number we know is even, so we'll say true. So we know that true is even. That's something we've known that forever, right? So we're like, okay, so let's test that. So run in terminal. Okay, so that's good. So then we can be like, okay, well now let's test one that's false, right? Require is even. So we know 3 is not even, right? So then that should be false. Not even, even. right click on ex03 test, run in terminal, and we'll look at the output on this one. Okay, so go here and up arrow space -s, and we're interested in this piece at the bottom, right? Verify is even, so 2 is even, 3 is not even, and just to make sure, we'll pick some other numbers, 2 more, and that's it, right? So we go require is even maybe like 999, so we know that should be false. And then we say require is even, maybe like 1002, then we know that should be true. And let's run one more. Run in terminal. And we're passing, right? So that's good. And just if we're still like, really? So we up arrow, enter, and we know 999 is not even, but 1002 is even. So that's good. Questions here? A very simple example, right? We're just trying to make sure we understand how to use the Boolean expressions and how to create test cases for them. Okay, so for this one, I will build something in main, right? The other ones, this ones we were just validating. But for this one, I'll go to main. So I'm going to go to src examples, 03 conditionals, 01 if, and we go to the executable, and we go to main. And let me see here. Okay, IOStream's there, if's there, cout's there, cin's there, so we can just write some code. Okay, create a variable named even. Okay, so auto even, I'll just set some default value. Create an int name value, I'll set it to 0. Prompt for a keyboard number, cout, enter a number, and get the value and add it, save it into value. Call the isEven function with value as its argument and assign its return value to the even variable. So even equal isEven, and value. We'll just display, right? We're not going to worry about if statements yet. So we're here, we just say cout even, new line character. Okay, good enough. So let's run this piece. So run in terminal. Okay, enter a number and 0, right? Why 0? Because the computer talks in ones and zeros, right? But we know that's false. Okay, so let's run the program again. Up arrow, enter, 100, 1, true, right? So very simple example just to show you how to build Boolean expressions and how to use them in main, right? So, or in functions, right? Most of the time we're just used to using Boolean expressions in conditions for the if block and for the while or for, or well, even for loop, right? But we can also use them in functions. So I want to make sure that students understand that it's not just exclusive for conditions and for loopings. Question here? Okay, so I guess while we're at it, we'll just do the opposite here. We'll just say, well, I mean, let's quickly build is odd, so we accept some number, copy everything but semicolon, paste it into the CPP. That's the implementation file. So we go here and we do step by step just to make it understandable. So we say remainder equals num. We still stick with the same arithmetic expression, num mod 2. But now we're saying return the remainder equal 1, right? So if the remainder is 1, then the number is odd because we're doing division by 2. And now we can go jump to the test case. So we go here. What I did. Okay, let me jump back to. We'll build a test case and then we'll just go and modify that main piece. Shouldn't take but a couple of minutes. And then after that, we will create a Boolean expression with either multiple ands or multiple ors, right? Just so that you can see how we can build those, or how we can solve use case real world problems. Albeit it's going to be a very simple problem that we're going to try to solve. Okay, still loading. Okay, so let me go to the test case. So test case. Test case. Verify odd function. Require. So we build the assertion. Require. Let me see. Did I misspell something? Require. I guess it will let me know in a little bit. Is odd. So we have value 2, but now this one we know should be false. And then we'll do the same values, right? So 3, but that one is odd, so this one will be true. And then we have value 999. And that one is true. Finally, we have 1002 and false, true, false, right? So that one's not odd. Okay, so let me see what happened here. Let me see here. Okay, I'm not seeing what the issue is, but it'll tell me. So let me go to test case, examples, conditionals. Like in that case, like it wasn't bringing up the IntelliSense, right? So it's not like I wasn't bringing up the IntelliSense, so I don't know if it was catching up or not. But if you run into that situation, then you can always, instead of just building the test case, you can go to your code. In this case is conditionals if, And I know my code as of today, like as of 3 minutes ago, was working. So if anything's wrong, it'll be in my new code. So I can just go here to the library. The library you cannot run. It's not a file you can run, but you can build it, meaning like it'll check for syntax errors for you. So you can build it. And if our error was here, we would like be notified, right? I didn't have any errors. Code 0 means no error. So now I'm like, okay, let me run the test case with my library code. So let me see, run in terminal. Okay, taking its time. Yeah, I guess it was just catching the IntelliSense, the helper, right? The syntax help was catching up. So up arrow, space, dashes, enter. And we have our is odd, is odd, is odd. So 2 is not odd, 3 is odd, 999 is odd, 1002 not odd, right? So far so good. And that's what we have here. Questions here? Okay, so let me stop here and then we'll create one more example.